blend. Do it. Blend your eyeshadow. Blend your eyeshadow. If you're like, oh, I don't know if I should blend it. Blend it. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of my beauty breakdown for beginners. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Love having you here. What's up? How you doing, girl or boy or whatever you'd like to be called? If you're new, my name is Amy Renee, and today I'm gonna teach you how to slay. Okay? You like that? I'm doing a little different one each time. Okay, so today is gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna try and keep this on the more manageable side as far as time goes, so you guys are not watching million-minute videos, because I know my videos have been a little long lately. So today we're doing eyeshadow. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna get you more comfortable putting colors on your eyeballs. So to start off, I wrote down a few little rules that I kind of keep for myself and I think are good for those of you who are beginners. Keep in mind these are just rules literally to just start off with. So of course rules are meant to be broken. As you get more comfortable, push the limits, try something else, but this is some good rules to start with. So I've got 7 here for you. We'll go quickly. Number 1, use a primer. Do it, do it, do it. So why do we use a primer? 1, because eyeshadows don't do well when they just stick directly to your lids, especially if you're like me and you have oily eyelids. What will happen is your eyeshadow will start to crease. You'll get that buildup of color right in here. Everything from right here will be gone. It's really annoying. So primer gives the eyeshadow something to stick to that is not going to crease. Additionally, most of us do not have really nice colored eyelids. You can see mine are a little bit purple and grayish. If you get a nice primer, it can also kind of give you a nice base of color to start off with, so then the colors you put on top of it are going to show up as their true color. I'm pointing a lot at the camera, I'm sorry. Rule number 2, invest in decent brushes and eyeshadows. I thought I sucked at eyeshadow for a long time because I was using brushes and eyeshadow. I couldn't get it to blend. I was just like, oh my god, I suck. And then I actually went and bought better products. And I was like, oh my god, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought. And I'm not saying expensive, because you can get good products for not very much money. I would recommend Morphe. I love their brushes. The brushes are really affordable. Also, Farrah makes good brushes. Sonia Kashuk, I like her brushes as well. And then as far as eyeshadow, Morphe makes pretty good palettes. Really recommend the Jaclyn Hill palette. I love that one. Also NYX, I really like their eyeshadows and most of their beauty products. So you don't have to spend a lot of money, but go out there and buy products that work, because you are gonna think that you suck if you are using products that suck. Number 3, shimmer shades do not go in the crease. Please do not be putting shimmery shades up in here. Just don't do it. What happens when you put shimmer shades in the crease, shimmer brings things forward. And so if you're putting it here on your eyes, you're bringing it forward, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna make it look like you have really poofy, like eyelid kind of things going on, and that's just not a cute look. So you want to pretty much stick to shimmer on the eyelid. Number 4, start with your lightest shade and then build depth. So please do not go right into your crease with a black and expect to blend it out and have things look great. You're gonna get really frustrated. Start with like a light brown, and then a slightly darker brown, and then a slightly darker brown, and then a black. You see, so you have sort of a gradient of color and things to blend into. That's how I build my eye looks, is based off of layers. I don't just go straight in with my darkest color and blend and pray. It's not gonna work. 5, blend. Blend, do it. Blend your eyeshadow, blend your eyeshadow. My rule is when in doubt, blend it out. Over blending is a thing, but you probably will not have to worry about it as a beginner. So seriously, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I should blend it, 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 blend it. Spend a little extra time blending your eyeshadow. I promise it will make the biggest difference. Like, did I say blend enough? Okay. Number 6, experiment. Push yourself to do things you're not comfortable with. You are not going to be good at eyeshadow at first, probably not, unless you're a freak. I was not good at eyeshadow at first. Most people are not, but you have to push yourself and you have to do things that you're uncomfortable with. And sometimes it's gonna look like garbage and sometimes you're gonna look really hot. So just keep trying and keep pushing yourself. Like that's how you're gonna get better. Try new things, push the boundaries. I've been doing that lately, you know, trying to get on my Instagram and try new things. Like those are new things for me. And I have gotten significantly better in literally like 3 weeks. So just try things you're not comfortable with. Go follow a tutorial you think might be a little too hard. Like try new stuff. That's how you get better. And rule number 7 is ultimately do whatever the fuck you want. Makeup is makeup. It's literally coloring on your face and it's not that serious. And so if you want to disregard all of my rules and do whatever the fuck you want, honestly do it because it's your face. And I think you should. So yeah, those are my rules. Just something to think about. So now that we've gone through that, let's go ahead and do a little eye tutorial. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer. Come a little closer, baby. All right, guys, so we are super close. Hi, how you doing? Here's a close-up of my face. As you can see, we're picking up where we left off. My eyebrows are done, my base is done. So next step, and this was rule number 1, use a primer. My favorite right now, this is the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. I get the color Soft Ochre. You can also just use your favorite concealer. Mine's the Tarte Shape Tape. Feel free to use that. Put something on your eyeballs. The Urban Decay primer is also really good. So I'm gonna take, this is a Morphe 421 brush. It's a flat concealer brush. And I'm just going to coat my lids with some of this. If you are using the paint pot, use more than you think you need to. Also, you can totally use your fingers to put on primer. I just use a brush because I have these. I got my nails done finally, guys. They don't look ratchet anymore. You're welcome. Just kidding, I did it for me. Okay, so now my lid is primed. Do you see how this kind of cancels out all the color? Like you can see all the purple still here, and this gives us just like one even place to start with. So next step, I am going to be taking either like kind of a whitish or a skin toned color to set my primer. So I am going to take, this is a really old brush. It's just like a flat shader brush, but it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty dense. Ooh, and it's got a lot of product in it. I'm going to be doing everything today with the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. You can just find your favorite palette. I'm using this because it's got some pretty basic browns and stuff in it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be going in with this shade. This is Rollin' in the Dough. It's like a cream color. And I'm just going to pick this up on my brush, and I'm literally just going to pat this in to set my primer. This will keep it from creasing and will help our shadows blend better. Okay, so now we are all set. Next step, we are going to be going in with what we call a transition shade. It's usually like, it's the lightest shade you're going to use basically in your crease, and it gives you something to blend your other shadows into. So I'm going to be going in with this Farrah 35E. This is a big fluffy blending brush. Generally I start with my transition shade, I start with the biggest brush I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be going into, this is So Bougie, it's this tan color right here, and just packing that on the brush. I'm going to go ahead and tap off any excess, and then I am just taking this in the crease very lightly and just kind of going in like little back and forth motions. You want to be super light with how you're blending it in. Also, when you're holding your brush, you don't want to hold it up here. You want to hold it closer to the back of the brush. It's going to feel like you have less control, but it's actually going to blend better because you're going to be softer. If you see your skin pulling like this, you're blending too hard and it's going to look patchy. So just be really soft. I'm just going to blend this all over the crease and take it up pretty close to the brow bone. And then as I'm kind of getting a blend I like, usually I'll kind of go in light circular motions. So just, you know, varying between the back and forth and then little circular motions. So that's blended pretty well. Now you can see we have a little base laid down to blend things into. So I'm gonna go in. This is my Vasanti contour eyeshadow brush. This is also kind of like a fluffy dome blending brush, but it's smaller. When I'm starting to go in with darker shades, generally I will grab smaller brushes so I can be more precise. So now I am gonna go in with, let's see, Chocolate Truffle, the shade right here. It's like a medium brown shade. Pack it on my brush and tap off the excess. And I'm gonna take this in the crease, but I'm gonna just take it a little bit lower than I took my transition color. And this is where we can start to build depth. Now I'm gonna go back in with my Farrah brush, that first brush that we used. I'm not gonna pick up any more product, but I am just gonna blend out the edge of that color into my transition shade. A nice even blend. Okay. So now you can see we have some depth, we have a nice even blend. I'm just gonna be working with the two shadows in the crease for right now. We're keeping it simple. The next thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna pick up a little more Chocolate Truffle on my Vasanti brush, and I am gonna go in to the lid area, and I'm gonna take like the outer third and just pack some of this color on there. And just blend out the edges and blend that up into the crease. Okay, so you can see we're starting to kind of build this look where we have the dark part in the crease, and then towards the outside of the eye, that's generally a really flattering eyeshadow look on almost anybody. So it kind of like pulls the eye this way, and it makes it look almost like more like a cat eye kind of thing when you have the lightness here on the lid and then towards the center of the eye, and then you have it darker in the crease and then the outer portion of the eye. Wow, words are hard. So next up, I am going to be taking, this is like my favorite brush right now, guys. This is a Morphe M507 brush. It is a really tiny blending brush. You can see it's a little bit smaller than the last brush I used, like the tip is a little more pointed. Honestly, this is my favorite blending brush right now. If you go out and get one blending brush for a little bit like more precise stuff, go get this one. We're gonna go in with a little bit of black. So I'm gonna go in with this Decadent color right here. And we are gonna take this just on the outer V of the eye. Oh, by the way, with like blacks and darker colors, literally pick up the smallest amount of product and build it. If you go in with a lot, you will probably regret it. This is just gonna give us a nice smoky look on the outside of the eye, you know, kind of create that illusion that we have, you know, more almond, long, cat eye, beautiful, whatever things going on. Okay, and then I am going to take my Vasanti brush and again, just blend out these edges. I'm not picking up any more product. I just want the colors to blend really well into each other. And then I'm gonna pick up my Farrah brush again and just go over the top portion. Just make sure we don't have any harsh lines. That's the purpose of blending. You don't want to have any harsh lines. So last step for the eyeshadow, we're going to be popping a shimmer shade into this portion of our eye to give it a nice little pop. So I think I am going to go in with, let's do Gold Dipped right here. Sorry, right here. It's really pretty, almost cool tone gold shade. So I'm gonna load this up. This is a Luxie 239 Precision Shader Brush. It's a flat brush with kind of like a point like that. And I am gonna take this in that white space we have left on the lid and just pat this in. And I'm gonna dust off any fallout we have under our eyeballs. Okay, y'all, and that is the basic eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead And I am going to do the other eye off camera, and then we're gonna recap real quick. All right, y'all, I got my other eye primed and I realized we didn't even do the lower lash line. I'm sorry, I failed you. Let's go ahead and do the lower lash line now because that's important. So generally when I'm doing the lower lash line, follow the same rules as I do at the top. I'm gonna start with the lightest color and build. So I'm gonna go back in with So Bougie, that tan color that we use as our transition. And I'm picking this up on a Sonia Kashuk brush. It's a really small, flat shader brush. It has sort of this flat edge to it, so it's nice to get in there. So I am just gonna take this under the eye and blend it in, and I'm gonna blend it down just a little bit. You can take it as far down as you want to. Just know you're gonna have a smokier eye look the further you take it down. And then on the same brush, I'm gonna pick up Chocolate Truffle, that dark brown shade that we used in the crease. And I'm gonna put this again on the lower lash line, but I'm gonna go a little bit closer to my actual lashes. So I'm not gonna take it as down. Guys, I'm really struggling with words. I'm not gonna take it as far down as I did with my first shade. And then I'm gonna take that Morphe brush that we used for the black. I'm just gonna use it again. And I'm just gonna take this on the outer corner of the eye. Just connect it to that already black portion up here. And pull it in maybe halfway. And then I'm gonna take that Vasanti brush we used earlier, just a small fluffy blending brush, and kind of blend this all together. Okay, and you guys kind of see the illusion that's created with my eyes, and you can see both my eyes done. This one looks like it's, you know, kind of more almondy. This one obviously has nothing on it, so it just looks like blue. That is sort of the basic structure of, I think, what would be flattering eyeshadow on anybody. So you can go ahead and you can use these same steps, but with different colors. Maybe you want to do a blue look, so you start with a light blue, and then a slightly darker blue, and then a shimmery blue, and then a really dark blue. It's the basic structure, so it's something to start off with. It's something that I think is easy, and I think anyone could master pretty quickly. So I am gonna go ahead and actually do the other eye off camera since we actually finished the shadow, and I will be right back. All right, guys, so this is how the eyeshadow looks finished on both eyes. You like how I'm using this? Obviously, I don't have any like eyeliner, any lashes, anything on like that. I'll show you guys how that looks in a second, but I just wanted you guys to be able to see what the finished eyeshadow looks like before I do anything else. It's pretty basic, pretty simple, but it can also look really glam. Now that you see what it looks like this, I'm gonna pop on some lashes, show you guys what the finished eye look looks like, and I'll be right back. So this is what the eyeshadow look looks like with some lashes popped on. I also did just add a little bit of eyeliner into my waterline. You can see it looks really pretty, and it looks a little bit glam, and it's like something I feel like you could wear either every day or like to a party, to an event, something like that. So the last step of the eyeshadow is going to be just a little bit of highlighting, because highlighting is everything. I'm gonna take my Ofra Star Island highlighter. You can also just take like a light shimmery eyeshadow, whatever you have. And I am just going to pop some of this in the inner corner. And we're also just gonna go a little bit under the brow bone. And voila, we are finished. So that is the finished eyeshadow tutorial. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Also, stay tuned for Friday, where I'm going to be teaching you guys how I put on these bad boys. I'll teach you guys how to put on some fake lashes. I promise it's easier than you think it is. So keep your eye out for that video. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys have any questions, you need clarification, or if you just want to say hi. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified every single time I post. And don't forget to follow me on all my other social media profiles. Those will all be in the description and at the end card as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on Friday. I don't know how to wink. Oh, I forgot. Bye.